You're welcome.
Power of words. It's easiest for me to explain to you a story about what happened with my mother, because and school. One of the things that when I went to school, our school motto, all convent girls. How many girls here are from convent? So we all have simple and virtue, steadfast and duty. So that is a universal motto. But when I went to boarding school, it changed to whatsoever you do, do it heartily as unto God. And about 5 years after I left, a memo was sent to the old girls because they wanted to revert to the original Latin version, which was whatsoever you do, do it heartily. And when I told my mother, she said to me, it's the unto God that makes everything have gravitas. And it stuck with me, and I began to look around. Now, I come from a small town called Aisha, and I started looking around and seeing what people do as unto God. And one of the things that I noticed was architecture. And in Aisha we have Masjid Zahir, which is one of the 10 most beautiful mosques in the world. And I began looking a little further. I mean, in India you have temples that have stood the test of time. In Europe there are churches galore. So something that is done, with God in mind, always succeeds. Always. I've never really known anything that is done unto God that hasn't succeeded. And even if you have Ramli Ibrahim come in after lunch, and if any of you have ever watched him dance, it is quite something, because you bear witness to a man dancing unto God. There is a communion between him and the cosmic energy when he dances. I find it very hard to find others. Last night I met him for dinner and I told him, I said he'd spoiled dancing because now I look for dancers. They're good, they're technically good, but when I don't see that connection, it is very hard for me. So similarly, even in literature, so many works, so many, I can't find one. Sabine mentioned God of Small Things. And that to me was one that was really good because I understood it, I could understand. And in my own experience also, when I wrote my books, people would get angry with me, and I asked someone, why are you so angry? And she said to me, because you made me cry. So I prodded a little and I asked her, which part of this story that makes you cry? And she said to me, she told me which part it was, and I realized that it was the same one that I cried writing. So when I cry writing, it's bliss. Anyone who has experienced writing understands that when you go into yourself, there is a communion with something. And I'm sure that there are many writers who have read their work and said, did I really write this? So to me, that is the power of words. It moves, it makes you connect with God, or universe, or spirit, or whatever, higher power, whatever, choose a word that fits. So I hope that answers a question. Does it give you an insight? You've got 10 minutes. I've finished what I have to say. I'll leave it.
Usually you can't stop them. Suddenly she stops.
No, I will differ and give more time to Banu then. Yes. Everyone gets 10 minutes. Then we'll give the audience 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Same question?
What is the power of words to you?